Hey everybody, today we're going to be going over a problem I had with the DJI Pocket 3. This fucking thing. This fucking thing right here. Fucking machine caused a lot of anger issues with me yesterday, but God, does it not look so good. Holy crap. Quality's good. Quality looks great. But the issue I had, I didn't realize this. With the slow motion footage, you go out there and you shoot in 120 frames per second 4K for an hour or something, and then you get home, you pull your footage out, and it's all in slow motion. And you're like, well, I want to speed it up to normal speed and slow down parts of the video. Wait, there's no audio. Why is there no audio with the video? Well, there is. So here, I'll show you right now. So today we're going to be playing slow motion from the DJI Pocket 3 back in normal speed and also with the audio matching up. And holy crap, it was not intuitive or nothing. All right, so this is how it looks when you open your memory card. You have all these files. You have an MP4. This is slow motion. You see how that says -5? This is your MP4. You also have a 5 here, 005. It's an AAC. That's going to be the audio. They're on two separate files, which is good, right? I just wish they made it easier to sync up the audio. I wish it was like the GoPro in reality where it's normal speed footage and then you could slow it down. Another thing, when you right click this file and go to properties, it's going to be, the frame rate is going to be 29.97, even though this video was shot at 120 frames per second. Okay, so what you do is you pull this, you get your MP4 on there, and this is important. Make sure you hit change. You want the frames per second on the timeline to be the same as the DJI, which it's always going to be 29.93. All right, so we got our footage. It's silent. It looks great, but it's silent. So what do? We come back in here, and we get, since we got the -5 footage, we need the -5 audio clip. So we're going to pull that in here. Now another thing I do is I leave a buffer zone. You don't want to do this at the edge. Okay, making progress. So we got our video and our audio, and when we scroll out, oh, well, that's not great. That's not very good. And this is another thing. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. So not on all the audio files, but on most of them, you are left with this little nubbin right here, and it's in between a frame. In Davinci Resolve, you could only go one frame at a time. I can't go a quarter, a fucking tenth of a frame, whatever this is. So the issue with that is instinctively what you want to do is get this file, Control R to do a speed change. You grab up on the top next to these arrows and slide it down. And you go, oh, I'm done. It's 385% maths, but when you zoom in, they're not synced up. And guess what? You can never get them to sync up because when you pull it, it needs to be the exact size of the audio file. It needs to be the exact size because if you go a little bit shorter, the speed is going to be all fucked up. The audio is going to be fucked up. This is not the way to do it. Even on the audio files that I've seen, it gets deep, guys. It gets real deep. The audio clip is actually slightly bigger than the video clip when the video clip is properly slowed down to the correct frame rate to play at normal speed. The sizes are different, so you cannot, I repeat, you cannot drag the video file to make it like that. So we're going to start over. If I could hit that tiny arrow. Okay. So we got our audio that I can't get onto, and you can't clip it because if you clip it, it's going to be fucked. So what you do you got your clip. We're going to right click it and do a change clip speed. Now, you're going to go to the frames per second. And what we're going to do here is whatever frames per second you shot in, this was 120 frames per second at 4K, we're going to type that in. 120 frames per second. We are now at exactly 400%, which is what you want to speed up 120 frames per second in order to get it to 29.93 frames. Okay? And we're going to zoom in, and we still got this nubbin. We got this nubbin. And look at how the difference of the size. This clip is now sped up exactly to play at 29.93 frames per second. Or 97. That is, the video file is now correct. He fell on his butt. Alright, so but when we come here, look at this. Look at, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.001 frames. The audio file is always longer. It's not the video is shorter, the audio is longer. So you don't want to scooch, you don't want to put the video over here. See what I'm saying? Always leave the audio like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to clip it at the first. I don't do it here. I always go one back. I don't know why. Okay, we're going to clip it so that now we have one file or whatever. So now this is good. We're going to put the headphones on. And I'm going to go to a spot where there's talking. The audio is synced. And the way that you really tell is you come by the end of it. So if your audio is not synced up perfectly by the end of the video, it's going to be a lot more than if at the beginning, especially when you're talking about changing the frame rates and shit. Oh my God. So that's proof that this is how you do it. Okay? We're going to exit out of here. But it does not end there. It gets worse, as a matter of fact. So when you go through this, you want to, at certain points, slow footage down, right? Let's see what happens. Watch. I'll even do this. We want to link the clips together. This is not enough. This is already wrong. I'm going to link the clips so now that they are one. We're going to Control R in order to change the speed. Add a speed point there. Add a speed point there, right? And we want to slow this footage down. So we're going to open it up. But guess what? Watch this. We slow it down. The audio doesn't react with our slowing of the downeth. So how do we get them to actually act like they're a single clip? There's only one way to do it. Linking clips is not enough. So we want this to be just like this. Okay, you got your clips, you don't need to link them. What you need to do, and do not color grade before you do this, because once you color grade and you do this, you will lose it all. You won't be able to adjust or anything. So do this first. So how you get these clips to behave normally is you turn them into a compound clip. And now that they are a compound clip, you can color grade now, do your sound design, because anything you do before that, you won't be able to change. So we're going to Control R again, and now it's at 100%. It says 100%, like it's normal. Add a speed point there. We're going to add a speed point here. And we're going to slow it down. And you see how the audio actually moves now? See that? And you could slow it down a lot. Even though it says 100, it's still 120 frames per second, so you have the data. Also, Davinci, please make this a setting. Pitch correction, turn that off, because it is death. Boom! This was driving me crazy yesterday. It took me 2 hours in order to get to this conclusion. But now we have a clip with audio that is synced from the beginning to the end. And the footage looks great. This is a low light scenario. at 120 frames per second, and I mean it's good. It's really good. I was really happy with this. And this is before the color grade, right? So after this, I would get in there, I would do my freaking film grade looks. Actually, I'd never do that because that's stupid. I would you know, get my darks looking good, get my lights looking good. I'd of course do noise reduction, even though there's not a lot of noise in this. You do a little bit of noise reduction, it looks so fucking good. It's so incredible. Do a little bit of sharpen, because I always turn my sharpen down a little bit. Sharpen it up. You will polish this fucking footage, man. I'm telling ya. Alright, I'll do one more example of 240. 240 frames a second, just to make sure that, just to prove. So we got our audio, which is -8. And we're going to get our video file that corresponds -8. We're going to pull them together, zoom all the way in. We're going to come to the end of this clip. We're going to zoom in. Is there a nodule? There's a nodule. I don't know why, DJI. I don't know why this happens with your footage. But there's a little nodule right here that you will never be able to sync up with. So we're going to come to this clip. We're going to change the speed. And we're going to put in 240 frames per second. Okay? And now we're good. So that's how you do it. That's literally how you do it. I even went on a forum with DJI freaking people. And they were like, what are you talking about? So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come here. We're going to make a compound clip. Now, they are now a compound clip. Now you could do your color grade. And again, I'm really impressed with the footage. The footage looks really good. I mean, it's crazy to think that this is 240 frames a second. With no color grade, this is 240 in a low light scenario. I mean, that's super impressive. So, alright guys, that's about it. I just wanted to show you that. I couldn't find a video on how to do it. I hope that I helped somebody out there. If I did help you, please leave a comment down below. Leave a like, maybe subscribe, and come back to the next one. Until next time, I'll see ya.